That is the trickiest part, making sure that your holes get laid out perfectly so when your ballasts go in, they're equally spaced. Terry is just over here getting them cleaned up, ready to go. If there's any weird spots on them, Terry, we want to sand those off as well. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Guys, welcome back to our channel. Thanks for hanging out with us. Guys, today is the day we're getting this house masked off, getting ready for paint. It's gonna be a process. It's gonna take a few days because we just gotta like stain a piece, wait for that to dry, cover it, paint the fireplace black that's right behind us. We're gonna paint this section black and above it black. Then we're gonna let that dry so we can tape it off. And then we'll be able to paint everything else, the walls, the doors, the ceiling, and we'll finally start to close in on this project. We'll have a few cabinet touch-ups we gotta do at a later date, but at least you guys won't have to stare at this wood trim that's been around this exterior door, it seems like, for 6 to 8 months, so we can finally get that taken care of and move on to other things. So I'm gonna recruit Owen. I'm gonna grab Claire. They're gonna help me roll this paper out, and we'll start taping it down to the floor. All right, we've got helper number 1 here, Claire. All right, Claire, so here's the deal. Owen's coming. We gotta get this couch out of the way. We're gonna push it back against the table. We're gonna get this table right here, the coffee table. We're gonna push it against the couch. Then we will roll up the rug, get it out of the way until we get this paper that I've started with right here, rolled out, cover the entire floor, all the way over to the table. Then we'll be able to take the furniture, put it back on the paper, and cover it. Sound like a plan? Can you move that by yourself?
My spot's very slippery.
That's why we have recruited Owen, your brother. Oh wait, we could use your help over here, bud. All right, let's turn it so it's square with the table. So let's not put it against there, Owen. So what we need to do is get that right end, push down there. Owen, can you help her? There you go, a little further, a little further. All right, perfect, right there. Let's pick up this coffee table, get it moved. Owen's getting the rug out of the way. We're gonna put the coffee table right here in front of the couch, right there. So let's not drag it on the floor, Claire. We do not want to scratch anything. Owen, can you help her lift it? Claire's nice and tough, she can lift it. Probably almost by herself, but we'll use Owen's help. All right, perfect. All right, now we need to roll up the rug. Claire, moving on. We have got one giant pile of shoes right over here. We need to get those cleaned up because we're gonna cover the floor right there. So if you have any shoes over here, may I recommend putting them away? Looks like most of them are Owens, maybe some Austins over there. Nope, mostly Owens.
Austin, no, these are Austins.
Oh, they are? You gotta take care of it for him?
Yes, I am.
Attaboy. Terry has made it back from running errands, and it's a good thing because the kids are already tired of this. They're downstairs listening to some music jamming out. Owen's really into some oldies right now, which is awesome. Terry, how's it going?
This is my favorite thing to do.
We have done this before a couple times.
Yeah.
So
Few
this
times.
is definitely not new. So what do you think? Can we get this all masked off tonight? Or do you want to just go this far, a little bit further, and get this mantle stained?
Yeah, let's do that. That way we can move. We don't have to kind of almost do it in like halves, like this half.
You can't paint in halves, if that's what you're trying to say here.
Well, what do we do with all the furniture?
We either got to put it in the middle of the room, like right here, and then tape all of it together. Like I was thinking we pull the table over, take the couch, set it on top of the table, and then butt this blue table up to that. And you cover with plastic, wrap the whole thing.
Okay.
Just believe me.
Okay.
All right, we have got the paper down far enough to get the mantle stained. Terry is just getting it taped off right now. And we've got it all vacuumed off. Just gotta put the tape on and then we'll put the stain on. I just got the stain opened up. It's right here. I'm putting it inside this bucket just in case it spills for any reason. It's kind of an interesting green color, kind of a greenish yellow. So we'll see what happens with this mantle here in a minute. What do you think? Should I even changing it?
It's very, very subtle, for sure. So it's giving it a more natural look, which is really what we wanted on the mantle. Hopefully it goes on great with the other part, the other pieces of wood. All right, we have one coat of stain on here. What do you think, Clay?
It's actually turned out better than I thought it was going to.
Yeah, I was super nervous about this. Honestly, it's been weeks of stress. Now that we have the stain on, are we gonna let it sit there for a minute or are we gonna wipe it off immediately? Which one? Usually you let it sit for a minute, but I don't know.
So it's probably time that we can start wiping the top. The top's been setting for probably about 10 minutes or so. And then by the time we get to the bottom, it should be fine. It's like almost completely dry, like it's all
soaked in?
Yeah. All right, now that the mantle is stained, we are moving on to the handrails and the shoes. That's the bottom part of the handrail, and we are just sanding off all the leftover pencil marks from laying out the holes. That is the trickiest part, making sure that your holes get laid out perfectly so when your ballards go in, they're equally spaced. Terry is just over here getting them cleaned up, ready to go. If there's any weird spots on them, Terry, we want to sand those off as well. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So I noticed that you were sanding against the grain, which is this way. You want to make sure you sand with the grain this way. This way will create lines. This way, no lines. You're doing much better. Much better. All right, so I saw on one of them had like a weird spot. Let me check this one. See where it looks like there's a smudge or anything through here.
Alright, we have the pieces of the handrail all stained and a coat of clear on them. You guys, look how different these pieces are. So this is the bottom part, and this is the handrail. Like, white oak is driving me crazy. The variation in this wood has caused me serious anxiety over the last few weeks, but I feel like the stain that we got is the best we could come up with how different the wood is. These pieces just have a ton of red in them. The other pieces are super light. So this stain is kind of the best of both worlds. And I think it's actually looking pretty good. Can't wait for it to dry so we can get the metal pieces in there and get it all put back together again. While we're waiting for those wood pieces to dry, I'm gonna come out of the basement because I'm hearing a lot of yelling and woohooing going on down here. Claire and Carmen are down here building a puzzle. Carmen has been trying to get this thing built for like 3 days now. She says, don't do puzzles, Mom. They're too hard and ridiculous. But Claire's been down here working on it, and there's been a lot of woohooing, Claire. Does that mean you're finding pieces?
I'm missing a piece.
You're finding the actual pieces to this puzzle? How many pieces are in this?
Yes!
Holy cow.
500.
That looks like a very challenging puzzle.
Yes! I've done it before.
You've put that thing together all the way before?
Yeah.
Ooh.
No.
How many pieces are in there?
500.
That's not bad. It looks like way more than 500 sitting there.
Mom, but we tried
missing a piece because
ew.
Is this your first or second puzzle that you guys have done in the last couple days?
Second.
Second one? Did you finish the one you were working on yesterday?
no, we're missing pieces.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think that one's ever been put together before.
Yeah, no, we tried.
Dang it. Maybe when we get this one all put together, we can put puzzle glue on it and keep it put together and then frame it.
Fun.
You wanna do that?
We're missing a piece, I swear.
Maybe not. You got lots over there to choose from. Keep going.
This
But
is
these
all
are-
the edge pieces.
Yeah, all the edge pieces.
Oh, dang it. All right, so also down here in the basement, we have the big Christmas tree that still needs to be put up. We've been working so much on the upstairs the past couple days. I have not had time to get down here and get that tree set up, but hopefully tomorrow or Friday, I will have time to come down and get this tree all set up.
I'm working on
And
it
then
right now.
once we get the painting upstairs, we'll get the great big Christmas tree put up. It'll be Christmas. No, not yet.
Yep.
Nope.
Yep.
Guys, it has been a working day around here trying to get this mantle done, trying to get this handrail done, so we can get on to some actual paint. I feel like I'm having a Dory moment where I'm just like, just keep swimming, just keep
Seriously.
working, just keep working. Eventually we're gonna get there and get this thing done. So we appreciate you guys watching. We love you, and we'll see you guys back here tomorrow.